Sir, recently Charles Soludo said that you did not leave any tangible legacy in your state. Can I ask you to explain why Mr. Soludo is wrong?
If I want people to ask me what did you do in Anambra State, I said I brought civility and order in government, in governance. At least I brought an ordered behavior. You see, often a time, people look for physical infrastructure as a model. No. There's a difference between even people having what you call ordered behavior.
So inculcating a culture.
A culture of ordered behavior, a pattern, a discipline. And people can say, this man is doing the right thing. I brought an ordered behavior to the governance. If that is the only thing, the rest let the people judge. What happened in education? We were number 24 when I started. When I left for 3 years, we were number 1. But in Weka and Neko. So what else? Maybe people were expecting me to build a twin tower. No, that is not what is required now. What is required now in Nigeria is to bring civility and order and to do things in a structured manner that we can build a better place. What is the most important thing? Education. Why are we celebrating Asian countries? The reason why we are celebrating Asian countries are in the 70s and 80s, when they were busy educating their people, we were busy picnicking and celebrating and dancing. And suddenly now, even if you go to schools, the so-called Ivy League schools in America and everything, they've taken it over. Kellogg was founded by a famous man, Kellogg Graduate School. By the time he finished, after spending 57 years there, the next person that he handed over was an Indian. Why is India powering today? Because of ICT. And what is ICT? Education. So I invested in education. That is the most critical legacy anybody can leave.
Please hold on. Don't forget to click on your subscribe button. Thank you.
Part of the criticism was that you left too much money in the coffers at a time when he believed that there was actually things you could do with that money.
No. Let me tell you. Development has a pattern and time. As a governor, when I started, there was no planning in the states. I set up Ministry of Planning. Before I became governor, if you come from Asaba to Onitsha, it is like somebody who went from heaven to hell. And if you move from Onitsha to Asaba, it's like somebody who went from hell to heaven. Today, I've been able to come into Onitsha and build a 10-lane up to 6 roundabout. In Mpo, where there's the biggest congestion, I work with federal government into building a flyover there. Because one of the things that I was doing, when people say I left too much money, is that where I think things that are critical for me, rather than go and spend the limited resources of the state, I try to look for federal government, development partners, assistance in other areas. What we did in terms of the money we left, if you're operating with a depleting assets, you must save for the future. And I'll give you an example. Somebody told me yesterday, said, the foreign currency component of your saving is about $170 million, which is like about 40 billion. Which state in Nigeria can say they have 40 billion?
Okay, so all these achievements under, the banner of ABGA, the party that essentially took you to successful elections twice. And yet, you've left.
One day.
And joined the ruling PDP.
One day.
Why?
One day, that is not for today. I can tell you. No, it's not for today.
there's something decidedly odd about abandoning ship.
There's women, there's husbands and wives that have abandoned the richest people in the world and divorced them. Maybe because they are not wanted, maybe because of irreconcilable differences. Take it that I left Abga in that manner. You know,
the difficulty for people, for example.
Let me tell you what I always tell people.
Yeah.
Nobody stays in a place you're no longer wanted. There's something I always tell my wife. I said, we are married. I own the house. I own the house in which we live. But any day you don't want me again, I'll leave the house for you. When I left England, I lived in London for 10 years, and I bought a house. When I was living in London, I said to my wife, I'm going, to my country. I don't have anything to do with white man again. I've returned whatever belongs to them. This house, because it's my house, I don't owe any mortgage in it. It belongs to you and your children. Even if you don't want me to come into it again, I won't come into it. So for me, that's the situation Abga is. They don't want me again.
The point though is, you talk about Abga as something that is almost removed from you. As someone who was senior in the party, you are seen as actually a stakeholder in Abga.
I was a foundation, and I made Abga what it is.
Exactly. So yeah, why would you abandon something that you started to build?
Let me tell you, I had a company that I was owing 40%. 40% of the company, very big company in this country. When they started quarreling, I left it. Nothing is worth a quarrel.
This is at odds with your nature that we saw when you were fighting for your mandate.
Let me tell you what I did when I chased it. Throughout the time I was in court, never did you see me use bad language. Never did you see me call the man who benefited. All I did is say, I want the court to end. You didn't know when the problem in Abga started. It started over a period, and then when it got to the end where I feel it's okay, I left.
Thank you for staying with us. There's something that you must have to understand. And if there's nothing that you understand in this video, there must something that I would like you, to take home with. That's two things. One, peace of mind and integrity. Your peace of mind matters a lot to you because your peace of mind tell you where you sleep and where you wake up on. Your peace of mind give you the confidence and the courage, to be in a particular place. And integrity means also a lot to you because your integrity is something that you can portray to people. And as we all know that when it comes to in the business of buying and selling, when it comes to in rendering services and the exchange, money is not the only thing needed in transaction, and the asset is not only anything needed in transaction, but also your integrity also matters a lot because your integrity is worth more than the physical or the paper money that you are giving. Because if I'm having an integrity on something, it means that you are trustworthy, and it means that someone can confide in you, in your word, and you will not fail that person. So that's when I say that integrity also matters a lot. And in the issue of what did he lead for Anambra, and of which he normally say it often, and if you take your time to go through his videos and in his own manifestos, you see that P2B have one person who keep letting you know that he saves also amount of money for the people of Anambra, and this is what he did and this is what he did. So for Slido to say that he didn't do any work but rather he saved money, but let's take the key word that he acknowledged that he saved money for the state, but maybe he didn't work as he intended working. But let me clarify you in something when it comes to work. As a governor in power, once you come into office and you see that maybe they have not been done, that means the primary social amenities the state have not met it up, meaning that there is no good road, there is no good water, there is no good electricity, no good primary health care center, and the rest of them all. What will you do? You will start from providing road, you start from providing security, you start from providing good education system, you start by providing good health facilities for your people. By then, it's when those people are alive and healthy, when they acquire education and skills, that's when they will be talking about building skyscraper and bringing other IT and the AI development into the society. Now he's doing all those things to lay the foundation of which that was the only thing he can be able to do. Maybe for the next 8 years he's laying the foundation, putting the structures, because you can't put two hands in your mouth at the same time, laying the structures and the foundation so that the next governor who will be coming will have a place to stand on. And by so doing, it's also saving money for the next governor that will be coming into power, so that you will see what you will use and work it. Not that he left you empty handed. What is the priority of the next governor or the next person, the next administration in charge, is for you to see where your predecessor stop, then you continue from there. The look of more development that you still have to bring into the state, then continue with that. By so doing, you are building the state, and next governor or the next administration coming into power will still continue from where you stop. Bring more innovations into the state. That's how a country is being built. That's how people are being developed. Nobody is being developed. All those developed countries, we are not developed just in a day. So at least P2B tried his best to provide the necessity that human being need to survive every day, and also save money for the next administration to come and continue and build some other things that he could not be able to do, maybe due to power limitation or and lack of knowledge or idea about it. And that's why election happens every 4 years, and that's why it is good to bring new people in charge in government, because what you don't have knowledge about, and that person will also have knowledge about it, that will make the state to move forward. Well, share what you think about this video in the comment section, and don't forget to share and like. Thank you and God bless.